5 yards, 2 TDs in his Miami debut, led his team to a late go-ahead field goal to seal the win. It was the Hurricanes' first victory over a top 10 team in nearly 8 years. Starting with our quarterback, Cam. What was the bigger deal, Miami winning or Notre Dame losing?
Man, I don't know if everybody was looking at the same game that I was looking at, but it was Miami winning. When I was looking at this game, it was the swagger, Paul. It was the energy, Paul. It was just everything from the defense flying around to the offensive guys making plays from one-handed catches to, you got true freshman and Malachi Tony stepping up to the occasion, and Carson Beck, just really looked, like he had that oomph to him, right? So when we're used to seeing, when we're used to seeing guys in South Florida really having that swagger, it reminded us of what the old times used to look like. Not to take anything away from Notre Dame, because they played extremely well, fighting back nearly at the end. But at the same time, when you see guys in Miami flying around, making plays, having the aggressive, playing very opportunistic defense, that's what we're used to the U being, and we saw a glimpse of that last night.
Essay?
To me, it was more about Notre Dame. I mean, I listen, I like what I'm seeing from Miami. It was good being, I was at the game last night, fellas. I enjoyed myself hanging with Ray Lewis and Michael Irvin and their crazy selves. It was, with Andre Johnson, everybody else in the house. The U is feeling themselves right now. And I get it. I'm just hanging with the boys and stuff. It was a lot of fun, but just being there and having a good time, it was cool. But then those are my boys now. But I was looking at it, and CJ Carr, I just saw Marcus Freeman coming out, and they seemed, like it was like they didn't seem aggressive enough, throwing a bunch of screens all over the place. I wasn't feeling it. And I just looked at them. They were in the national title game last year, and I expected a little more from them. It's not the end of the world. It was 27-24. They did come back from a 21-7 deficit. They did tie the score at 24 before, Miami's late field goal, and then, you give up 2 sacks basically to end the game. I just expected a little bit more from Notre Dame, and it's hard for me. I can't decipher whether it was Notre Dame lacking or what was it, just that, Miami is just that good. I didn't get that feel. I got no definitive answer from watching both of them. I just found myself looking at Carson Beck. He was all right. It wasn't nothing earth-shattering, 20 or 31, 205 yards. It was nothing earth-shattering that I saw coming from him. and I didn't see much coming from CJ Carr either. So I got to watch them as the season progresses. But being there last night watching the game, I just found myself thinking I expected to see better from Notre Dame.
Paul, were you convicted one way or another?
I believe it's Miami, Cam, and Stephen A. And I like what Stephen A. said there, but Miami, other than Texas, no program has had more false alarms coming back. We're back. Miami's back. Turnover chain, all the things that we have watched. And they look like they may be back. I mean, they were back last year until they went up to Syracuse and choked a 3-touchdown lead and cost themselves a spot in the CFP.
Yeah.
But to me, Mario Cristobal has been building toward this for a long time. I think he's got it. I mean, he's had so many miscues. Remember that game they blew on the final play against Georgia Tech a couple of years ago that was inexcusable? But to me, that team looked together. They beat a very good Notre Dame team against one of the 3 or 4 best coaches in the country, and Marcus Freeman and Stephen A. I'm glad you had a good time. It looked like you were having fun. But to me, this was a breakthrough win for that man right there, Mario Cristobal.
Cam?
My only takeaway is this. Next time you go to a game, Stephen A., could you please invite me and Mr. Paulie, please? We want to go to games too. We want to hang out and have, sideline passes where you dapping everybody up, you know what I'm saying? Are we not cool enough?
We do that. You
Lord,
cool enough. We can do that. We can make arrangements for that. I can pull that off. No problem. No problem.
Thank you. If you don't mind. But what I will say to this game too, and you don't want to hear it, but you have to hear it. In the locker room, let's not overreact. It's week 1, right? Notre Dame played an exceptional game for the most part. It comes down to a field goal. Do you want to accept that? Can you lose like that? Absolutely. But when you see the film, when you cut on the film, when you see guys competing on both sides of the ball, right? When the ball's tipped up in the air, when you see guys going after it, when you see guys showing unbelievable effort, when you see defensive linemen running downfield to make tackles and offensive line